Jones,
What's happening?
Are you moving your desk in the middle of
I was standing up. I'm too old to sit down.
Oh boy. As soon as she's going to be walking, guys, and we're going to be really dizzy. She called me yesterday on video in the car, things bouncing. I'm like, can you go off video? I'm going to throw up.
I am always moving.
Well, you have two businesses, so you are always on the run. Well, Lauren, what's new in the world of Lauren B. Jones today?
Okay, so we had champs this weekend. So I was driving back from Salt Lake yesterday. It was an interesting racing weekend. So my brother got third on Saturday and it's such good television. I mean, they were fighting for third.
Were they only making left turns?
No, my God, this isn't NASA. Come on. But I mean, they're going back and forth. I'm losing my mind. I'm on the radio. I'm the spotter. And second to the last lap, my brother runs out of gas.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me yesterday. That was terrible.
We were dying because it's a really high RPM output track. And actually, what he got was a vapor lock. So when you're at altitude, you go below a certain gallons of gas and vapor lock can happen. So, but NorCal was in the top 5. So this is drivers from all over the U.S.
Very proud of herself, by the way.
NorCal was top 5. 2 legacy cars in the top 5. So yeah, we were happy.
Legacy Motorworks.
Legacy Motorworks, yes.
I need a Leap T-shirt, but I need more Legacy Motorworks T-shirts.
I'll bring it. Are you a Gigi, right? No. Okay, well, when I see you at Staffing World, I'll bring you a big Legacy.
Staffing? We're going to Staffing World.
Swag bag.
Swag. Anyway, so I've had COVID for the last week. I had COVID.
I know, you poor thing. Is this the first time you've had it, or no? You've had it.
Yeah. But then I gave it to Mandy. So we've been I didn't touch the baby all of last week. And then Mandy has not touched the baby since Sunday. She's very upset with me, by the way.
I'm sure she's
so mad at me. So I've been at my in-laws the last 2 days. Basically, she's supposed to go back to work on Monday, but because of COVID, she's working from home. And our in-laws are obviously my parents and her parents are in their 70s, so they didn't want to see her. So I've had to take the baby up to get some babysitting. So right now, I'm at the in-laws.
The gift that keeps on giving.
What'd you say?
COVID, the gift that keeps on giving.
Right. But anyway, baby Mac is not sick, which is nice to know. She's super cute, and she is snuggling grandma or grandpa right now. So she's having a good day. She's smiling a lot more, which has been really fun. So anyway, that's what's going on with me. Let's get to the news, Elle. I'll go.
Okay.
I can go first here.
Exciting.
All right.
Well, I'm excited about this. You and I get the news before it's usually out to the public. So this was one that I was excited about is Bullhorn acquiring Salesforce's search tool, Kona Search. We're big fans of Kona Search. We've done a few things with them. It's a great search and match tool in the Salesforce ecosystem. And so, I think this is just another feather in Bullhorn's cap as far as, consuming some of the best tools that are in the Salesforce App Exchange as it pertains to staffing and recruiting. So, good on them.
Just maybe some context. In June of 2024, Bullhorn acquired TextKernel.
Yep.
Which is another search match parser tool. Yep. Works in legacy Bullhorn as well as Bullhorn for Salesforce, obviously any other Salesforce platform as well. And probably in a bunch of HR tools, I got to imagine their parser is. So I wasn't sure of the full, how deeply TextKernel penetrated kind of all these other places that need match and search. So anyway.
It's an exciting one.
Yeah. So now they have 2 tools for specifically that can impact the Salesforce ecosystem. So seen a little movement there and a little love and TLC towards Bullhorn for Salesforce and Salesforce's impact and place in the staffing and recruiting vertical of business.
I think you're going to see Salesforce a lot more. I'm seeing, I think that for a long time, and we've been trying to evangelize otherwise, the SMB space has thought that Salesforce was sort of, beyond them, or more advanced than they can handle. And it's just not the case if you have the right guide. Remember, there's over 8,000 apps in the App Exchange. They have billions of dollars worth of R&D, and it can be really consuming. So, SMB is not a far reach. Or the SMB accounts, it is not a far reach for you to want to be able to scale your business with Salesforce as the foundation, so platform as a service. It is not out of reach. It is we can cost contain it.
To your grasp, Lauren. Reach out.
Just in your grasp, guys. And I get that a lot. It just seems it's too much. You got to have the right guide. There are stacks that can be built there. We're doing it currently, and it is within grasp from a cost perspective.
Just reach out, Lauren.
Just reach out. It's there.
You can grasp it. You can grasp it. All right. For the AI stuff, Jason Heilman, the SVP of Automation and AI from Bullhorn, told me he'll be on the podcast in the next couple of months. So just kind of waiting to schedule that. But he will be with you next week at Staffing Industry Analyst Gig E, where you're going to be talking. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh, you're going to be so surprised. I'm talking about AI. And then in the following week, I'll be at TempNet in Nashville. So I'm in Dallas, and then I'm in Nashville. So
you go back to Nashville for.
And then I go back to Nashville. But after this first Nashville in September, after TempNet, I'm going to go see Allie in South Carolina.
You should come down and see Baby Mac.
I need to do that as well. There's only so long that Mr. Jones can survive without me, but
we are quite incapable. I don't know how
you are quite incapable. But yeah, so I'm going to go see Allie, may make a little detour down to go see Baby Mac.
It's only like from South Carolina, it's probably like an hour flight.
It's like an hour 50 flight. Yeah, it's like going down to LA from us. Because I checked it out last time. But I'll be back in Nashville for Staffing World. So
is Mr. Jones coming? Can we race cars in Nashville?
No, we can't. No, because we have the Cal Cup coming, and that's sponsored by Leap and Advisory Partners and Legacy Motorworks. We have Leap this year is doing a big advertising push there because believe it or not, there are staffing and recruiting people at the racetrack. So
nice. Well, yeah. They have expensive hobbies, don't they?
They do have expensive hobbies. They do. So yeah, we are going to do a big push this year.
I never introduced you to that guy in Southern California that races BMWs and Porsches. I gotta introduce you. I can't remember the staffing firm, but I'll go grab his contact details and make that intro.
There's a couple.
Yeah. By the way, our friends over at Glide Talent are going to be doing the Shark Tank pitch.
So excited for them. That's going to be a great
Gig Economy. There's 4 other entrants, which is super cool. So excited to see our friend Rod talk about Glide and the AI agents and all the stuff that Glide's doing there. But Lauren is going to be talking about AI. Lauren, why don't they hire me to talk about AI? I don't know anything, do I?
I know.
All right. I have this one. This one is super fascinating. So, hold on. I think I'm a little bit frozen here. Are you there, LJ, or am I frozen?
I'm here. I can hear you. I didn't see you for a second. Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but like, there's obviously okay. Let's be honest. The second most expensive line item, besides people on a P&L, is real estate. The third one is usually technology. And what we've been seeing, obviously, is as shopping malls decline, you're starting to get these more and more like this, we call it inception retail in Targets or Walmarts. And for the first time ever, Manpower is going to put a branch in 5 Walmarts in the US. I'll share the link in a second here. But we're going to get some inception branch staffing for light industrial, commercial, skilled trades in some Walmart stores in the U.S. 5 to be, they're testing it in 5 to be exact. Super interesting. You can, if you're not familiar, Starbucks is already in Targets. There's usually like there's healthcare providers in Walmarts and CVS's now. This is kind of that idea of inception retail, kind of piggybacking off of space in these legacy, bookend strong trafficked retail places. Kind of like if you think about a blog, right? Like a well-trafficked blog is powerful because it gets eyes. If you have a store that gets good foot traffic, why not put some Inception retail in there to add?
Yeah, I think it reminds me of when we were doing kiosks in malls, right? So we were doing application kiosks in malls. They look like little ATM machines. We would put them in, high volume areas. I think you're going to see more of this. I do. Like, I still think the sort of ATM application mentality is there, and it stands to reason that I think about it when we were really, really hot on brick and mortar, particularly on the light industrial side, we would put ourselves in the little mall,
you get foot traffic because people need to go to those places.
Correct. And so, it stands to reason that I think it's a phenomenal idea. A, cost savings. B, organic foot traffic. C, from a branding perspective. I think you have to be very careful, right, who you choose to do these things with. Ensure it's an established brand, all of that good stuff. But I do think we're going to see more of this. I'm really excited about it. And I think it's super smart.
Yeah, so obviously I live in a pretty populous area, unlike Lauren, who lives in the boonies now, but that's by choice. I know you used to live in a populated area.
Farther away, the better.
For some reason, Lauren doesn't like people, but she talks to people all day. If you ever try and get on Lauren's calendar, you'd be like, you would call Lauren a liar if you saw how many times she talks to a person in a day. But
I just do it a lot. Like I need my privacy when
she's off the phone. She's not even off the phone. She's off the grid. She goes from like one extreme to like nothing.
I do. Yeah.
But anyway, what I found I lost my train of thought because I was making fun of you. That kind of stuff. I gotta get off that train faster from now on.
Yeah, serves you right.
Yeah. I can't. Oh, no, I can't. I cannot grasp what I'm
saying. Strip malls.
No, so the foot traffic, right? Like, I live in this, I live in a populated area in Fort Lauderdale, and there's Pride staffs, the Accurate personnels. I know where the manpower, I know where all the branches are. And to be honest with you, the only shopping plaza that actually looks like it gets traffic is there's a Manpower next to a Dick's Sporting Goods in my area and my neighborhood. And that might be the only store that I see getting a lot of in and out traffic, because Dick's now you can go do pickup, right? You can order something online and then go, if it's big, you can pick it up there. Right. But I drive by the Accurate personnel every day. When my wife goes, I take my wife to work, and I don't see a ton. And the Pride staff is in this beautiful office building, but I'm not sure how many people are going to go into that office building. And maybe they don't need it for that. Maybe they just invite people in to interview. But anyway, just kind of giving the foot traffic mentality, right? From the kiosk in the mall to the Inception retail and Walmart conversation.
And I think, and I've seen more of this, which I think is really smart on the part of retailers. If you go into a Reformation, which is Allie's favorite store, right?
What is that? Wait, hold on. I don't know what that is. Is that some bougie?
Reformation. It's it's a bougie little store, but you have a screen in your dressing room. You can order additional size, and they come in the back of so you walk into the dressing room, and the dressing room has another door. So you walk into a door, and then there's another door or two doors, and they can, put in additional sizes so you can order. And if they don't have what you want, after you try color on or a size on, because they'll have just a very limited amount of inventory in the store. But let's say I tried a black top on and I want it in white, I can order it right there from the dressing room. I've tried it on. I know it fits. It's so cool.
I love that.
Recency that creates relevancy, that creates consumer.
Well, you're removing the barrier, right, of having to go ask the human, hey, do you have another size? Hey, do you have another color? I don't do a lot of shopping, but I know that's a pain in the ass for me. And I don't shop that often.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with what Reformation is doing. I think it's super smart. It keeps you from buying a ton of inventory and keeping it in the store that doesn't sell. You get better analytics. What are people trying on? I mean, think about all of the data that you get from that.
Do you scan? Is there a scanner for what you're trying on? Because that would be the easiest way to get all that data so quickly into ingest. And then, if you scan, they can also recommend on the way out.
So it has a little scanner underneath the
the screen, right?
the screen and I could put the little tag underneath it. Yes.
Well, but so think about like what happens, right? In a by the way, we're gonna nerd out here for a second. You go to the person who's watching the room and you tell them how many items you have. But if you scanned all the items that you were going to try on as you started to try them on, number one, you're getting the data of what's being tried on, which is valuable. But you're also getting the inventory that went in the room. Assuming people are honest and scanned all the things they brought in there. But
or that's what the representative. I mean, if you go to try something on, there's always something there. Can I take that? Do you want to try something on? And oftentimes, if you have to wait, and so they could just literally scan those in, so you've got some protection from an inventory perspective. But I think the insights there, I think Reformation's done a good job of taking the first step. Nord's doing a little bit of this. I don't think it's done as elegantly as Reformation's doing it. But I think it's super smart. I think we're going to see more of this, stores trying to get information, trying to understand what people are buying so that there's less waste. We have so much clothing waste in the United States. It would take the amount of, fast fashion that we have. We could, I think the statistic is like we could clothe 73 Earths.
Good God. Yeah, that sounds about right. We are very
population. We have so much waste and so much clothing. So I think anything that stores can do to reduce waste, right? I'm not by nature.
Lauren, how much clothing do you wear?
Exactly. You're one human being. And the fast fashion that really gets me, the trends and stuff.
I'm a proud not fast fashioner because they only make skinny jeans. And I've done squats my entire life, so I cannot fit in men's skinny jeans. I also refuse to support stores that only sell skinny jeans. If there's no athletic fit or stretch fit for my quads, it's not happening. There's just no way.
It's not it. That's not it. Yeah.
The quadtastic. I'm quadtastic here.
And I think you could be much more inclusive. Like if you knew the sizes that people were asking for, right? Like consumers naturally want these things, but if we don't have the information as providers, right, we can't give you what you want. But I think that there's so much information to.
Well, that's the whole point of gathering that data in mass, right?
Exactly. So
and I like so I've had Stitch Fix for a couple of years now. And like, they ask me when I check out, like, was it the right size? Did you like the style? Did it fit? Like, what I mean? Like, there's just so much, they're gathering data on me. So, which I'm okay with. And that's owned by Nordstrom, I think.
Here for it.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, we're done nerding out on data. All right. So maybe to kind of wrap up the news was the jobs report last week, which came in a little light. I think they were expecting 188,000 jobs. Came in around 142,000. So, which is a vast improvement from the 89,000 added in July. So we
the corrected number.
Yeah, we almost doubled. It still wasn't, it didn't hit the analyst number. I'm having lots of opinions about analysts, but anyway. So we had not a great, but not a bad jobs report, I think is the message. I
know there's not a correct poll out there. Like Nate Silver's killing me. There's just the data out there is Polymarket's killing me. All of it. The data is garbage.
Garbage data in, garbage data out.
Correct.
Anyway, all right. Well, if you have opinions about the jobs report, let us know. If you have any insight, we should just ask Joni to come on once a month. She's too big for us. She's on Fox News. What are we?
Oh, Joni. I thought you said Joey. You mean Joni. Oh, yeah. Joni, she's kind of a big deal,
She's a big deal. She's the what is it? The Duchess of Labor?
Yes. She's Fox News correspondent. She's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. So the indicator from last week for the Bullhorn Staffing Industry Analyst Indicator, shout out to those guys for your help. Okay. So the week of August 24th, the year over year was actually up again. So it was only at -6 year over year and then -10 for professional. So U.S. staffing in a whole had climbed out of the hole of being down 11 points to only being down 6 points. And then there was some small week-on-week growth in U.S. and commercial staffing, professional still taking a hit. This week, or the week after, which is what we have the report for this week, August 31st, we're back down a point to -7 or down 7 points. And just a small fraction, down 0.1% week over week. So Again, trending better than we've been trending since 2023, but still, I mean, if it was -6 and then went to -5 the next week, I would have been really excited, Lauren. We would have climbed 6 points out of a hole that we've been in, but
Not quite there yet.
Not there yet, but seems to be trending more positive, if we can say anything at all.
I'll take it. I'll take any sliver of good news right now, because you don't see it when you turn on the news.
Well, the news does a very good job of doing its job, which is creating fear, and therefore you buy stuff.
Yeah, doomsday.
Yeah. Anyway, but I've been railing against the news since I taught high school in 2006. So.
All right, featured technology. I like this one. I like it.
Yeah. Sometimes I surprise Lauren with what I'm going to feature because it's
always a surprise. When I first see, I don't know, when I see this, I immediately Rough Assured comes to mind. We love the guys over at Rough Assured. But staff referrals, automated referral management. Can I tell you, agencies, this is such a missed opportunity. When you look at the data, we get, particularly on the commercial side, agencies can go above 60% as far as the number one resource for candidates referrals. And oftentimes...
Say that one again, because that was valuable, and we should probably reiterate.
Yeah.
For commercial staffing,
you can get 60% more. The average is about 60% of your incoming traffic is from referrals. Now, referral programs don't work unless you execute on them. And I would say, just from an advisor perspective, about 90% of the firms we advise have a manual referral process. This means that if I refer Rob, into Volt,
you're going to rely on a human to talk to me?
If I refer Rob into Volt, I'm going to expect my referral bonus. But I inevitably, as the referrer, would have to chase that. Has Rob worked his 80 hours? Has he done this? Did he do this? And I'm having to chase that referral. Wouldn't it be nice if I didn't have to do that? And I just know that once I made the introduction of the referral, I put a name on it, that once Rob met whatever criteria it was, that I would get that referral bonus. But more often than not, those referral bonuses aren't paid. It's just talk about a referral bonus. We see this happen a lot in light industrial. Or B, we're putting it on the candidate or the referrer to go chase down the referral bonus. So staffing referrals automates the entire process from stem to stern. And it integrates, right? That's what we want. And you get good data. We want to be able to see all of those things. We want to be able to do more of what's working and less of what's not. And we know historically, birds of a feather flock together. Referrals work.
They go to work.
Yes.
Most importantly, they're the number one source of actual people who go to work.
Candidates are more likely to have improved retention. They're more likely to be better performers. I mean, like the odds are ever in your favor on referrals.
You did a Hunger Games.
I did do a Hunger. That made the odds be in your favor.
Odds are in your favor if you use staffing referrals.
That's right.
Manage your referring program. So check out Staffing Referrals automated referral management system. There's a QR code over my head over here if you're watching us live. If not, it's just staffingreferrals.com, and go talk to our friends over there, which we love. David, Rachel, and our new friend Captain Jack is over there.
Okay, that kid, I mean,
he's amazing.
His engaged moment, I just dropped the mic. It was.
He did. I think he did drop the mic, or did kids yell at him? Anyway, all right. Well, our favorite people are over at Staffing Referrals. Go check them out. And yeah, that's our featured technology. So let's move on to AI and automation nonsense, like we like to talk about every week.
Okay. So I saw the funniest thing on Twitter the other day. They're like, I have a prediction that the new Apple phone is going to be called iPhone 16. I don't know why that got me giggle so bad.
Okay, so if you're not aware, Apple did its annual release, keynote. I don't know what the technical term for it is because I didn't watch it this time. Mostly because what I thought was going to happen happened. the iPhone 16 is coming out. That's what they're going to call it.
What?
It's got really cool AI built into the camera.
Mm-hmm.
But Apple has not built AI into any other part of it. And the long tail of that is that sometime in the fall, if you buy an Apple 16, you'll get more AI functionality out of it.
So I have the Samsung, I'm an Android. And
are you now? When you never disclose? Do you have to disclose? Wait, do you have to disclose that on like a forum?
Yes,
that you're an Android? Guys, this is just so we're all clear. Lauren Jones just admitted to being a robot, which
I am. That's where all those statistics come from.
Got it.
No, but so I have the Samsung 24. I've been a Samsung lover for a long time. Or just
I'm going back.
Lover.
I'm going back after this phone, probably this month.
Yeah, because iOS is.
No, well, you know why? Because when I record content, it goes into that silly format, and I edit on a gaming computer, PC, and it doesn't function. It's such a pain in the ass.
iOS doesn't function? Huh. Oh,
it doesn't function on my PC where I like to edit things.
It doesn't play well with others. But anyway, I have this cool function. If I take a picture of something, there's AI, identifiers. If I take a picture of a location, it's pretty cool. Like our phones are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. It's terrifying and yet cool, all in the same breath.
I'm considering the Pixel 9, by the way, just so we're aware.
Have you? Oh, okay. I like it. Have you been playing with Grok on Twitter?
No, I've only been using Perplexity because I don't pay for it because I have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and it gives me access to a whole bunch of models. Like it gives me access to like 8 models for $20 or whatever I pay. So
yeah, so I use Perplexity, Gemini, Grok.
I use Gemini too because I have it from paying $1 a month.
And then Claude. So, I pay for all of them. I pay for all of them because, we train on it. I want to see what's happening with these models.
You also just love spending money on software subscriptions.
That is not true, but I do love.
I have to argue against you. That is true.
Stop it. But I do love technology. I love experimenting. So we do try a lot of stuff here. I love seeing.
I've been loving, by the way, GPT-4o, the ability to search the web. Incredible.
I know.
So
I know.
If you haven't tried it, I've been looking. So like I said, I've been helping Glide Talent as a contractor, and I've been going through how many jobs people have posted on Indeed, and you can just literally ask 4.0, like, hey, how many jobs does Volt have posted on Indeed? And then if you have the average amount of money that they spend and how many candidates come in, you're like, what the hell are you doing having all those jobs on Indeed?
It's bananas, right?
Yeah.
It's bananas. That brings up another topic, though, and I don't want to get segued, but I love a good segue, or love a good tangent. One of the areas that, and I think we talked a little bit about this, is that we've been working with our customers on this year is, look, Leap is always going to try and earn our keep, right? We want to save you more money than you're paying us. That's kind of the point, right? And so a lot of times we'll come in and we'll do some cost saving advisory work. And where we're seeing just some egregious overspend outside of duplicative technology and unnecessary technology and not used technology
is job boards.
Job board spend. Job board spend, guys. You're paying for jobs in triplicate often cases, and you're not managing candidates that are coming in. This has been a lifelong problem in our industry. We're doing ourselves no favors by doing this, and it's Veritone's doing some really cool things with the likes of LinkedIn and Indeed. If you're curious about programmatic or curious about cost containment, Veritone's got some cool things going on. And they've got PandaLogic and Broadbean all under that umbrella. So there's cool stuff going on. Glide's got some cool things going on from a programmatic perspective. But the overspend, particularly now, is silly. That's the only word I have for it. Silly.
Yeah, I think we need to get better. If you guys are like, there's a better way. Come talk to us. We can give you just come get options and go talk to people.
There's a better way, guys. There's a better way. I promise you. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's a world where you have.
Do they have to reach out and grasp that opportunity?
Call me. We'll talk.
Hey, Lo and Joe on the podcast.
You don't gotta go posting all the jobs
You
every
love
day.
the staffing industry, Lauren Jones. You love it.
I love the staffing industry. You all gotta stop spending all the dollars. I mean, it's just
because when you spend it on the top line, it doesn't come down to the bottom line.
All
right, we're done being idiots.
Okay.
There are some updates coming to the Apple Watch, which I thought was cool. You can translate. You can do the Translate app.
Speaking of tangent,
photos,
there's a set of headphones now on a set of headphones on their translator headphones. You can go anywhere in the country and speak or anywhere on the globe for the most part.
Yeah, I was say, why would you go in the country unless you're
anywhere in the globe? And you can put the headphones in, and it will translate as the information is coming in, and then it can also speak how you need to respond back to you.
I feel like CP3 is going to be out of a job in Star Wars soon if the AI keeps up the way that it is. So sorry, CP3.
Yeah, headphones, all from headphones. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go change my entire headphone, watch, cell phone stack when I move back to Android. So I don't know if I don't know if I'm looking forward to that. I do like my iPod Pros.
Anyway. I've been testing a new set of headphones. So I have the Bose, I have the JBLs, and I have the Samsungs. So I've tried all of them.
You let me know. We can do testing. Yeah. Lauren, why don't you just have a part of the podcast where you tell us all the crap that you spent money on and your testing this week?
Oh my gosh. And then I've got this new thing called Plod. It looks like a credit card, right, guys? Like, see this? Look.
Yeah. Is that the thing that listens to conversations when you're at
so I can have, if I get lost sometimes in all the conversations that I have at conferences, as Rob will tell you. And I have amazing conversations, and oftentimes, I come back.
She comes back to me with a card and is like, I had a conversation with this person. And I'm like,
it was amazing. It was an amazing.
What was it about? What did you talk about?
Amazing conversation. But I don't remember what it was. So this has an app that goes with it, and you just hit the little button here, and it records, translates, outlines, summarizes the conversation. It's got talker 1 and talker 2.
And then it hands it to me so I can do something with it. Woohoo!
And then I can hand it to Rob or give him access to the app, and he can do
whatever silly things I'm going to do. All right. And then maybe my favorite thing of the week, which is something I've been nerding out with some of our friends. Like I had Dries on, and Dries and I were nerding out with this.
I love Dries.
Okay, so we know Salesforce is doing AI agents, right? So we figured there was going to be a response from our friends at HubSpot, and the co-founder and CTO Dharmesh released something called Agent.ai. So you can check it out here. I'm going to put up some QR codes and stuff for you guys. But essentially, it's going to be AI bots that people can build and submit. The bots are going to serve a function like, hey, go do competitive research on this website and tell me about it. And then you're going to be able to daisy chain a string of bots together so that you could say, go look at Leap Consulting's website as a marketer, find all the colors, find all this stuff, and then give me a summary about what Leap does. And then can you write 10 blog posts and put them into this app for me and then schedule them to go out? So we knew Salesforce is doing some stuff. Everyone's creating AI agents. So it was cool to see. And you get 100 free credits if you sign up with Agent.ai. So go check it out. It's from the guys from HubSpot. It looks like HubSpot's website because it's probably going to be a part of HubSpot at some point since it's probably all combined. You can actually do competitor analysis, LJ, if you attach your LinkedIn account to Agent.ai, because you can connect Twitter or whatever, X, LinkedIn, and HubSpot to the account. And then you can go do competitive analysis based on your account to other like competitors or other prospects. You can do prospecting too and find prospects that look alike to your prospect. So there's some interesting stuff. So we're seeing the evolution of, and I posted about this, and so did Raymond Penny, my good buddy, RP. LLMs not getting bigger, but actually getting modular. So not adding data sets and making these colossal things, but like training it on very specific data to do very specific things and then chaining them together to get better outcomes. So super duper exciting, kind of the future of what AI worker bots, right? AKA our friend Dwight over at Chat Automation are going to be able to do. So
I love Dwight. He's so cute. You know what? We need to put the Tech Rescue Ranger and Dwight together.
That I don't know how much. Dries told me how much the figurine he made cost him to make, and it was not cheap. So,
well, I made the Tech Rescue Ranger all by myself.
I know he made he made Dwight, the image of Dwight, an actual bobblehead, and it was not cheap.
Oh, I can only imagine.
So, but it's really funny. It's in the back of the photo, this video now. All right, guys. We did not do an interview today. That's on me, so I apologize. But we will end with a little bit of good news. And maybe just a little celebration of a really cool and powerful woman in the world. So I don't know if you guys saw, or I'm a huge U.S. women and men's national team fan. I've been following soccer or international football since like 1996 when I started playing FIFA. And so I've been a huge soccer nerd. I've watched every World Cup match for men and women's the U.S. played since then. Unlike Lauren, I like sports that involve balls. I try to drop that in every episode if I can. But never get old. One of the legends of the women's game, Alex Morgan, is retiring. She retired this week. She played her last game for San Diego in the National Women's Soccer League. And she is checking out from international competition, but she is a legend. She is definitely one of the GOATs, one of the premier.
The Hope Solo. So I watch all of the Untolds on Netflix. And I love a sports.
You
don't
love the drama when it comes to balls, but not the actual sport.
I do. I will watch any documentary.
I worded that so terribly. I'm sorry.
I know. It's okay. I will watch any sports documentary. I'm fascinated by the way that they think and
well, I am too. I was reading a whole bunch of stuff about Nick Saban, by the way. Really cool.
Yeah. Anyway, their drive fascinates me. I only hope to have a fraction of that as a driven person.
You have a lot of that drive there, buddy. Don't underestimate yourself.
They fascinate me. But give me kind of a North Star. But the Hope Solo.
Was it good? Was it? I think you told me that.
Really good. It was really good. It was sad.
Yeah, she's a little tragic.
Yeah, but I don't know that it's all her doing. And this tells kind of the other. Yeah,
I mean, I pay attention to it, so like I know like all the stuff that happened and when all that went down. So anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. The message I got from it is ladies, we are stronger together. And regardless of what happens, we have to support each other. I think that was a little lost in her scenario.
Well, that's not good. Well, anyway, I mean,
yeah, but it was fascinating. So if you haven't watched any of the Untolds on Netflix,
it's on Netflix. I'm kind of scared of watching the Aaron Hernandez one, which is coming out.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I had to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you watch it?
Of course.
How scary was that guy?
All of them.
That guy was scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, one of my high school students played on that national championship team at Florida with him. I never really asked him about it, but he was on that team with Aaron for like 3 years. So
Tim Tebow, that was a fascinating.
He's an interesting dude. I think
he is fascinating. I walked away from his just kind of loving him.
I can see that. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm sad he didn't make it in the NFL, but you know, he's got all that. He's got all those accolades and the Heisman to back him up, and he's sometimes being a good person and having a decent
he's athletic. Such a devout Christian. It was lovely to see, somebody that devout just not even care what other people thought about his Christianity or what his beliefs. It was really very cool. It was
none of my business how religious he is, as long as he's a good person and he's not creating a bunch of havoc. I'm all for it.
He's a phenomenal person. So yeah, I walked away a fan. So
all right, there we go. All right. Well, congratulations, Alex. Thanks for all of those great games and all those goals he scored. 2 World Cups, a few Olympic championship, and a lot of memories. And she's pregnant, so she's going to be a 2-time mom. So very cool. Nice. Anyway, all right, Elle, that's all I got for you. Bye, guys.